Hello, and welcome to another book review. Disclaimer, for anyone who has seen any of my book reviews before, you will know that there are certain authors who I am a major fangirl of, and this is one of them. Morgan Daimler has done it again. So this is their latest book, Paid with a Kiss, which does make it sound as though it could be fictional. It's not. The little bit underneath, love and sex in fairy belief. Quite a contentious subject. Great testament to Morgan Daimler that they have actually presented this book in such a wonderful way. And yes, I love their work, but I'm not going to say something that I don't believe. And actually, this book is fabulous. Morgan Daimler does put at the beginning a little warning that obviously some of the subjects discussed within these pages are going to be difficult for various people for various reasons. However, from my point of view, knowledge is power. So that's why I've come on to say that this book is very useful. Just be aware that if you have got difficulties because of past traumas, that this book may need to be read slowly so that you can skip those bits that you know are going to be too difficult for you to deal with at this particular time. This author is just amazing. Their knowledge is phenomenal. The bibliography, anybody who's seen any of these before, you know that I love my bibliographies. I say my bibliographies because it's now my book. Because they allow me and any reader to deep dive into any of the subjects or parts that you want to actually look into in a little bit more detail. There are actually 5.5 pages of bibliography in this pagan portal. So as always, pagan portals, about 100 pages. It's a beginner, if you like. It's an opening up to what is available. And Morgan Daimler actually does say that she may have overstretched herself in presenting this because this work could fill numerous, much larger books, which I absolutely agree with her on. This is not a fairy book. And I'm saying that thinking of the gossamer winged throwing fairy dust things, people, beings, that the Victorians introduced us to and romanticised about. This is about those beings, those selves, however you want to term them, that have always walked, their worlds have always walked alongside ours. Sometimes they intersect, as in subjects within this book. A lot of the time they just run parallel. These people are like us. They are not, I say they're like us in that they aren't just those sweet, glittery, love and light beings. They can be. They can also be horrendous tricksters. They can be very vengeful. They can, the same as we can be. That's where I'm saying that they're like us, in that they are not just one-dimensional. They are multi-dimensional. They are multifaceted beings who have their own agendas. That's where they're not like us, because their morals, their thoughts, their beliefs are not ours. and very often have no resemblance to ours. They might cross over occasionally, but most of the time they are in their world and they need to be respected. As I say, they are not the gossamer winged, love and light, glittery, I will do you no harm. If you cross them, if you do not show them the respect that they expect from us, then it's not good. And again, this is things like that are covered to within the subject matter, because Morgan Daimler has covered it in other books where she's dealt with the other crowd. But in this, it's specifically looking at love and sex within the fairy belief. This book, they say that this book originally comes from a discussion they had in 2019. So this hasn't been something that's just been thrown together. Morgan Daimler's obviously been considering this for some time, and that is shown, as I say, by the 5.5 pages of bibliography. For me, dealing with the other crowd, and when I say dealing, it's I keep them at a distance. I come from Irish ancestry where they are respected, they are acknowledged. You know when they're around. Do you deal with them? Not unless you absolutely have to, with all respect and all due diligence and everything else, which is why for me this book resonated, because I, as I said earlier on, believe that knowledge is power. Knowledge enables me and anybody else to be able to recognize any of the beings mentioned within these pages, and allows a little bit more defense, is what I would say. A little bit more protection, a little bit more, oh yeah, I can feel that. Right, okay, we'll just we'll move away from that, and But yeah, it for me, it's about recognition, allowing me to stay safe. It's about defense and protection and safety. And the author has dealt with all of those sensitive, delicate, provocative subjects in such a caring and sensitive way. There is nothing jarring about this book at all. So for anybody who is interested but may be a little bit concerned because of past trauma, I would still suggest that it may be that you can gain from this reading this book. Just take it slowly, so that if you see a subject that you can feel triggers, that you can actually then leave that, move on, and maybe come back to it when you feel stronger and more able to deal with it. Highly recommend this. As always, Morgan Daimler, fantastic author, just phenomenal knowledge, and the way that they present the information for the reader. Just, yeah, very, very happy person here. I will see you in the next one.